Next, we will focus on the Big Six strats. I've broken down pro team strategy into their three basic focuses: objectives, synergy or team fighting, and individual carrying, which I've dubbed hypercarry for the purposes of this framework. The combination of these three focuses leads to individual strategies that prevail throughout pro play. Each strategy has a primary and secondary focus. These strategies are not silos or mutually exclusive, but they are gradients and blends of their underlying focuses. I have placed them on a continuum from objective focus at the top to hypercarry at the bottom, with synergy in the middle in gray, as is arguably a component of nearly all league play. At the top of the continuum is split push. This is a classic standby strat across all levels of play and requires little introduction and no codification. When you're thinking of this strategy, think old school CLG. Jungle control. This strategy focuses on creating asymmetries in the enemy's ability to control the map. Lane swaps and early dragon control will give this team a side of the map to lean on and exploit, which will in turn provide more jungle control and more objectives. This is an aggressive form of objective focus. Think Cloud9. Flex strat. This strat is reliant upon the ability of the team composition to evolve. This strategy is about options available to adapt, but is reliant ultimately on the team as a whole to succeed. There are no definitive carries or pronounced threats for the enemy team to focus on. This strat is for teams who want to have strong pair and duo synergies rather than strong individual lanes. Think TSM. Wombo combo. Another standby strategy that revolves around setting up the perfect AA combo and catching the other team in a torrent of CC and burst damage. This is heavily reliant upon the mid laner for DPS and the jungle or top for setting up the perfect engage. Think of Zac Orianna combo and it's associated with Gambit Gaming. Gankmaster. This strategy focuses on getting one or more lanes fed so that they can in turn create a map imbalance. The jungler is focusing on ganking the lanes in order for them to gain an advantage that will later feed into an advantage of superior items or levels during a team fight. This strategy follows the mantra of win lane, win game. This team is less concerned about their team fighting ability than their ability to get bigger and faster, and gank other lanes to get those other lanes bigger and faster. Think Fnatic or SK Telecom for this strategy. Snowball. This strategy focuses on protecting one or two of the team's strongest champions. The non-carries are focused on protecting, engaging for, or feeding the carries. This strategy is reliant upon very strong individual skills of the mid laner or the AD carry, but also provides easy targets for the enemy team to focus on. Think Lemon Dogs or OMG for this strategy. So in order to decide what a champion's utility for each strategy is, I've broken them down by their role and their strategy pairing. This is providing a description of the ideal champion kit for each role within each strategy. The level to which the champion fulfills this role will determine its utility to the overall team strategy. Now we're going to go into two examples of team compositions, one that supports a specific strategy and one that does not. Example 1 shows a team who has a disconnect strategy and therefore will have conflicting focuses when playing. The bot lane duo of Vayne and Leona are focused on turning Vayne into an hypercarry that needs protection from the rest of the team. Jungle and mid are focused on counter jungling and taking objectives. This duo will ignore the need to focus their efforts on getting Vayne fed, and ultimately protecting the carry. While these two strategies have their own merits, the team will be pulled in two different directions for the purposes of creating a non-strategy. Example 2 uses a Cloud9 team comp as an example strategy in Harmony. While all of these champions are relatively flexible and have a high utility for other strategies, their highest combined utility or correlation to a strategy is objective synergy or jungle control. Rumble is a lane bully with long-range AE abilities. Nasus is very capable at soloing objectives. Jace has long-range wave clear and a kit that promotes both mobility and objective taking. Ashe has both engage and disengage, while her kit promotes long-range engage and map control. Zyra has a serious amount of disengage, and her kit also promotes map control. All of these pieces together makes for a focused jungle control strategy that is ultimately better than anything in the North American LCS. And that concludes the explanation of the team strategy framework.